Hey y'all! I miss doing these so much. It's only been a few weeks, but I missed y'all, so. Big eclipse coming up with this full moon. Let's check in. 1 is Tiger's Eye. 2 is Moonstone. 3, Silverleaf Jasper. 4 is Black Tourmaline. 5 is Turquoise. And 6 is Obsidian as well. No, Tourmaline and Obsidian. I already said that. Okay, excuse me. Choose your pile. Also, if you want to hear the beginning general messages, 4 of Pentacles. I definitely feel this as like feeling healing in your physical body, in your physical experience. Like when you step outside the door and, join society or even just go to the grocery store or go to work, like things feel different. You feel more grounded in yourself and your body feels like it's healing. So that's really good. There's a double message here with the shadow attribute of the destroyer. 1 is be careful. There are certain energies and people who are not thrilled with your progress. Jealousy, resentment, not afraid you're going to leave. Also lower vibrations as other vibrations excel and get higher, they try to pull them back down to their level. So just be careful of that. But then I'm also getting a message here of like embracing your shadow self to destroy what no longer serves you. So like something negative to just watch out for, but then also something really positive about the shadow attribute of the destroyer. I love these cards. Just have to say that. These are the Carolyn Miss archetype cards. If you've been thinking about investing in a deck, this one is extremely telling. And then for the karma cards, the 3rd house, your ideas, short-term thinking and trips, and who or what is around you. So this reminds me of what I read. I follow the spiritual Twitter community as well as the astro Twitter community. What's up, guys? Love y'all. Specifically, it was Chani Nicholas. She's a really great astrologer. You should follow her. She's real big, too. Very well admired. She knows what she's talking about, and she's beautiful. Inside and out. Anyway, I really do admire her a lot. But what she said was, during this eclipse window, you have the opportunity to change like little parts of your routine that are actually going to make like a huge difference just for your overall life, which is what I'm feeling from this. In terms of like the short-term thinking and your ideas. Like I think that as you shift your ideas about yourself and what you've been through and what you're experiencing, you're feeling more grounded in your physical reality, like not only your body, but also like your job, your friends, your hobbies, etc. And then also you're reanalyzing like who or what is around you in terms of like what you do, where you live, who you associate with, because you're feeling like really healed and different, and you're willing to destroy relationships if they don't serve you anymore, which could be why somebody would be like, want to be kind of pulling you down and pulling you back. Okay, it's going to apply differently for all the piles. Let's do it. One. There's always a little bit left. What? Still, I know it doesn't have to be perfect, but I'm trying to make these like visually appealing. 1, there we go. Tiger's Eye, and look, it's like a heart. I love this one. Tiger's Eye. It's a very grounding stone. It's very earthy, very root chakra oriented, very like physical survival, feeling grounded in your self-reality. Like this stone reminds me of the 4 of Pentacles. Groundedness, protection, feeling protected. Like a strong message of like you're protected no matter what energies or people try to pull you down, pull you back. Okay. 9 of Cups. Wow, you're feeling like really happy in yourself. You're feeling really good about who you are. Yeah. Like I was talking about at the beginning. I really would recommend you guys listen to the general energies. It's not that long, and I'm not just talking to hear myself. You know how some people do that? I really feel like they're important messages. But, just in case you don't, I'll tell you. This is like all about feeling really grounded in yourself, like feeling really good in your physical body, like looking in the mirror and liking who you see and just feeling at ease in your body. Your body is your home and you're really embracing that and you're feeling very empowered by that is what I'm hearing. Also, when you go out in society, I feel like you're getting like a nod from people. Like people also can feel that. It's like confidence. That's what I'm feeling and hearing confidence. Feeling confident because you're happy. And I'm also hearing it doesn't mean that you don't have more to achieve. It's not like this is like you've reached the top of the mountain, there's nothing else to do. But it's like this is where you start the ultimate journey of like ultimate happiness, ultimate potential, becoming like the best version of yourself. It all starts with like confidence and self-love. And you're really, you're in it. It's like this eclipse specifically, it's eclipsing out some leftover like negative self-talk. Hierophant, wow. Yeah, this is divinely orchestrated. This is part of your plan. This is part of your contract. I firmly believe that we all sign up for the experiences we have in life, and we are co-creators, and we do have the power of choice, but we also have a specific destiny to fulfill. So even if we get off course, it's like things may just take a little bit longer or happen in a different way, but specifically like this was written into your soul's experience. Your destiny was to like embody self-love. I'm hearing to be an example for others, to show others the way. This is part of your life's purpose with the Hierophant. Hierophant is major arcana. Major arcana means like destiny. It means like big life change, like monumental life change. Okay. And Temperance. You're staying balanced in any situation, like no matter what toxic energies come your way. I was talking about this too. You're able to like, I'm literally seeing you doing what this angel is doing. Like you're rebalancing out your emotions. Like, yeah, you may get like thrown off or upset or angry or anxious naturally. It's like human instinct to get like upset when someone is coming at you. It's like a survival response. But instead of like reacting from that survival response, you're like, no, I'm going to tap into my higher self with this angel, and I'm going to take care of myself. I'm going to talk myself through this. I'm going to process my emotions. I'm going to alchemize, and I'm going to make like something beautiful and flowing. And like, you're like, I'm going to learn something from this. That's what it is. Also, Hierophant, I'm going to learn something from this. That's why you're in this 9 of Cups. For me, this is one of my top favorite cards, if not my favorite. It's like, in my opinion, this is where everybody wants to be. Because then you can have relationships, you can have love, you can romantic love, you can have all your dreams come true because it's coming from within. It's not like being dependent on anyone outside of yourself because you don't have to be. You don't want to be. You don't need to be. Wow, I seriously want to cry because this is so beautiful and I'm so proud of you. Okay, so we've got shadow attribute of the dilettante. Pretension to much deeper knowledge than you actually possess. Okay. I just wanted to read that out loud. That may apply for like a small group of you is what I'm feeling. You might just be getting, overall for all of you, I think it's just a warning, okay? You might just get a little carried away with like this self-confidence and your opinions. Your ego just might get like a little carried away. But that's okay. It happens to everyone. Literally. Like that happens to, that's like a human thing too. But all you got to do is just tap back into your God self, your higher self, if you believe in that, your angels, like the part of you that's connected to God. Okay, let's just put it that way. And then you can kind of like pull yourself back and be like, okay, maybe I shouldn't have such strong opinions about that because I don't really actually like know all of the details. Or okay, maybe I shouldn't like, get in a heated debate about this unless like I really go learn more about it. Or, maybe I should listen more in this debate and not like act like I know more than I actually do. Also, there's another message. This is for the small group of you, sorry. This is for the small group of you. You'll know who you are. Some of you are artists. And you started out like being expressing your heart and your soul and like the connectedness of all, and really tapping into that like oversoul of everybody, you know, like that collective energy, that collective unconscious, like you really knew how to connect with people because you were coming from like a heart and soul place. And some of you are getting like a little off track and focusing more on like the money and the status and the fame of it. And it's just kind of like a warning to just kind of like remind yourself of like who you were when this started, because you can always bring yourself back. That's another beautiful part about being human, is like it's never too late to change. It's never too late to like change your course or learn something new. Yeah. I'm actually being drawn to alert you to the danger of becoming superficial in your pursuits for the shadow attribute. Okay? Just a warning. I think you're in such a great place. Just don't get carried away. Okay, you got Virgo and you got Leo. I'll lift them up because I know you can't see them. So, self-confidence. I didn't even see this yet. I love when the tarot do that. Self-confidence to create. You're feeling really confident, like I was saying. And creating, I feel like you're artistic, or there is something you want to create, even if you're not an artist or artistic. Because if you think about it, everything can be art. Whatever you wake up and create in your life, whether it's a meal or a connection or your outfit, you know? So, yeah, with Virgo being an earth sign, it's a matter of like embracing that self-confidence and that creative side of you, and like really being like that sunshiny energy that you're feeling, okay? But then also, I'm not being drawn to the words on this card. I'm being drawn to what I know about Virgo. Also, being grounded, you know? Like when people will say like, oh, that person's really down to earth. Like they're humble. That's what it is. Like also connect to earth is what I'm feeling from this. And don't be too much of a perfectionist. Actually, now I'm hearing that. Don't be too much of a perfectionist. Like don't be too hard on yourself. Just pay attention and then reel yourself back. Be easy on yourself. Don't be too much of a perfectionist. You feel like an idealistic creative type? Yeah, and you're just learning how to walk the balance of like this newfound like enthusiasm and radiance and creativity, and like embracing like confidence in your ego without letting your ego get carried away with that. So you can like continue to walk this balanced, happy, confident, grounded energy. And you don't have to be a certain way. You don't have to be perfect or come off as perfect or be seen as perfect. That's what it is. That's what it is. Because everyone has their own idea of what perfection is, which makes perfection an illusion. Yes, you have a very wise, I'm hearing grandfather, ancestor. Yeah, that's what they want me to tell you. Male relative who's passed on. Okay, yeah. There you go. 2. Moonstone. It's a little moonstone chipstone. Okay. I mean, Moonstone is all about intuition, embracing your feelings. This is a full moon, so I feel like this is specifically pointing out that like this full moon is going to be very transformative for you, particularly. This in the same way that like if I pulled a Virgo card for like a full moon in Virgo, that would just kind of symbolize that this is particularly transformative. So let's find out how. The star, I'm hearing a renewal of hope. Positivity, coming out of a dark place. More positive emotions. Breakthrough. Oh, yeah, because you're willing to leave behind toxic relationships, whether it's romantic or friendships or even your family. You may just have to set the boundaries. You know what I'm talking about. There's someone you either had to completely leave behind or set boundaries with, spend less time with, which has actually allowed your positivity to flow again because they were blocking it. Inevitably, the people we spend time with have an influence on our energy. Because we open ourselves up to them, you know? So we open our energy to them. So yeah, I feel like you're really starting to understand this and see this. You're starting to feel more like yourself again, is what I'm feeling. 8 of Pentacles. Oh, and you have a lot more energy to get things done. Yeah, you're feeling the spark of life again. Because whether this person was doing it intentionally or not, it feels like most, if not all, were unintentionally. Honestly, I feel like that's how most people are. You just get stuck in a pattern of like toxicity and you don't even realize how toxic you are. I think you needed to hear that. But I don't know where I was going with that. I'm sure you know though. Okay. Shadow attribute of the damsel. You're confronting your, I'm going to be pretty blunt, just warning you, out of love. You're confronting your false need for a partner so you can provide for yourself. Because there's some part of you that was either conditioned into you, feels like it was conditioned into you, that you need someone else to provide for you. Whether it's emotionally or materially, you know, even just like sex, like you feel like you need sex, etc. Yeah, you're confronting this illusion. You may actually, I feel like some of you may be going through a breakup during this eclipse. I feel like actually a lot of you are, okay? And I feel for you, and I know how difficult it is. I've been through many difficult ones. One in particular, a divorce, actually. I'm just going to tell you that. So I really get it. But it's for your highest good. It's going to restore a sense of positivity that you thought was lost. Or you just like forgot about. Like, it's been so long since you felt this that it's like, when it comes back to you, it's going to feel foreign. But that's the thing. It's like, that's why this has to leave your life. Sometimes bad things happen. Sometimes divorces have to happen. I think for some of you, you're like contemplating a divorce, and I needed to tell you that. I told myself, I'm just going to tell you a little tiny bit here. I told myself I would only get married once. I was idealistic, and I still am. But the truth is, like, you do have to roll with the flow of life, and you have to be open to what it's trying to teach you. And sometimes things happen that are out of your control, and you have to make a certain choice. And it may not be the one your idealistic self wanted, but ideally, it's going to work out best for you and everyone else. So that's the choice you have to make. So I really am getting a lot of chills here because I feel like you really needed to hear that. For those of you who are not going through a breakup or a divorce, sorry, but I did need to say that. I think it's like probably a friend circle or someone you're close with that you're dependent on. It's like a codependent type of dynamic, whether it's like to fulfill a physical need, like I was saying, or an emotional need, you know, of just not wanting to be alone. Codependency can manifest in like so many different ways. And like we all go through it, okay? It's really conditioned into society to be codependent. So you're actually confronting that, which is really brave, and a lot of people don't even think about or do. So bravo, okay? And you're gonna start working on your own self and your own life from a place of positivity and renewal. Yeah. Your final 2 cards are North Node and Gemini. Wow, so like you're really intelligent. I feel like for some of you, like going to school and learning and taking courses, maybe even not through like an institution, but I feel like a lot of you it is. It's very important to you. And I think maybe you forgot about it, or maybe you've just been putting it off. And you're going to get back in touch with that and realize, what do you want to learn next with the North Node in Gemini? Your North Node is your destiny. It's what you're supposed to do in this life, which is why these relationships have to be left behind, or some real serious boundaries have to be set. For some of you, it's like you just have to leave them behind for a little while, okay? It has to transform is what I'm hearing. You're transforming. So success, the North Node. You're completely transforming your belief system. Not only about yourself, but about life and about what you're supposed to do. So yeah, it may feel really difficult and painful. I mean, loss always is. But it's leading you somewhere very beautiful, intellectual, successful, career, education, self-knowledge, and ascension. Yeah, okay. 3. Silverleaf Jasper. So this is it's about being grounded and maintaining healthy personal boundaries, taking care of your physical body, and never forgetting that there's like that little bit of magic in life. You know, it's like, don't get too mechanical in life. Don't focus too much on survival mode, self-preservation. Focus on the magic of life. Like it's like this little tiny bit of silver leaf that's in this Jasper. That's what I feel called to tell you. Okay. Maybe a lot. Maybe there's a lot. I don't know. I haven't exactly read the content. And also, it feels like a message for you. Like, maybe there's a lot more magic than you realize, okay? Let's find out. Oh, hello. Ten of Pentacles. Yeah. This is like an abundant, happy family. Plenty to eat, plenty to do, plenty to see, plenty to watch. I feel like plenty to talk about, like camaraderie, stimulating conversation. Like, get-togethers that are like, where like there's no, it's like an overflowing of material abundance, but then I'm also feeling a sense of like intellectual ascension. Not particularly, I mean, it feels happy. I'm not feeling like a sense of like heart growth and healing. I'm feeling like more like expanding each other's ideas. This could be related to school or the workplace. And getting like salon type vibes, you know? How they used to have salons back in the day. Knight of Pentacles reversed. Interesting. Like, maybe I'm just going to be blunt because I want to help you, okay? Maybe you've been a little too focused on like money and things. And you've been kind of in survival mode and working on, you know, your career and your retirement and your stocks and your, you know, etc. Your bank accounts, like, how am I going to get more money next? Like, it's not bad. It's just that I think there's been too much of a focus on it for too long of a time is what I'm feeling with this Knight of Pentacles reversed. But since it's reversed, it's like you're coming out of that. And you're seeing how, like, you can share and others share with you. And there's more to life than just money and things. Wow. That's huge. Okay. Makes sense why the silver leaf Jasper was your stone. Page of Cups reversed. I'm hearing a need for an apology. Okay. For a lot of you, if you want to feel better, you need to apologize to the person that, you know, you need to give an apology to. Wow. Because the guilt's dragging you down, whether you're aware of it or not. For some of you, it's subconscious. There's guilt and shame about what you did, whether it was big or small, and no judgment. You know, we all make mistakes sometimes. But I think if you can make this apology, you're going to feel a lot better. And then I think that's going to even open up like the emotional aspect of life. Like, I'm kind of feeling like, I'm not saying you're cold, but I'm feeling kind of like an emotionally closed off energy. And I think because you've closed yourself off. And I think like, if it's not an apology, but I feel like it is for a lot of you, it's a matter of like opening yourself up, even in small ways, to other people, like baby steps. And I'm seeing this as like, you haven't been taking it. So there's going to be like an energetic shift with this eclipse and full moon that's going to take your focus so much off of the material world and more on like emotional expansion, maturation, no matter your age. Some of us get stunted for one reason or another, okay? And maybe someone owes you an apology. Maybe the person you need to apologize needs to apologize to you too. But also keep in mind that not everybody does. So sometimes you have to forgive without receiving the apology. Just felt like I needed to say that. Okay. So we've got the shadow attribute of the student. Arrogance in the pursuit of destructive knowledge. Unwillingness to translate knowledge into action. Well, I'm not particularly picking up on that message, although it could apply, and you'll know if it triggers you. If it pisses you off, anything I say, that's something that you need to work on, okay? That's just how it is. That's what triggers are. They're literally meant to teach you a lesson. I feel like, you know what I was saying earlier? I hadn't even seen this card yet, about how this feels more like a salon type vibe, or like education, or like your workplace. it makes sense why the student card came out. And yeah, I think if you're not overly focused on your money, it's like you're overly focused on the knowledge that you have and the knowledge that you feel you have to share. And I'm sure you do, but I think that maybe you're getting a little carried away, which is why the arrogance, it says arrogance here. I don't want you to click off the video, okay? Because it's not a personal judgment. This is just like personal growth for you right now. And we all have different things to work on. But yeah, for some of you, it's like you're being like too aggressive with what you know. And for others of you, you have a lot to share and you haven't been sharing it. And so like part of your personal growth right now is to work on maturing emotionally so you can open yourself up and not only connect with people better and live like a more heart-based experience, which will create more of a balanced life for you, but also to teach people things because you do have a lot of knowledge. I think a lot of you have masters. A lot of you possibly even have doctorates is what I'm hearing. So you're extremely well educated. And if you don't, like you still are really well educated in what you know about. So you're either like oversharing and overthinking, like you know everything, or you're undersharing and you need to share more. And you'll know which one it is because obviously those are two very extreme. Okay. Oh, interesting. So you've got Sagittarius and Scorpio in the 11th house. Yeah, you know some like secret knowledge is what I'm hearing, like some spiritual or maybe even just like you know certain things about like I'm hearing history that a lot of people don't know. Okay. I'll tell you why. Because Scorpio, secrets for humanity's sake. I feel like you're meant to share what you know about what you've dug up for humanity's sake, to help them evolve too and understand what's happened. Because the more we understand our history and like the real history of what's happened, the more we can actually become better and not repeat the same cycles. A lot of you, that message applies. If it doesn't, I mean, think of it more like the hidden knowledge that you have, the powerful knowledge that you have, whatever it is. It's meant to be shared and not in an arrogant way. And it's not meant to only for you to know. It's like there's a reason why you learned it. And there's also a reason why you're learning how to like have more heart-based experiences with people so people will actually listen and want to listen. Insights, wisdom, resulting from the understanding of Sagittarius. Yeah, I'm getting a message of just like you kind of need to move from like this like kind of like dark, secretive, powerful Scorpion energy that maybe is a little scary and intimidating and standoffish like to others to like more of this like free, light, sharing, friendly energy in terms of you sharing your knowledge with others, okay? For some of you, it's like you kind of need to come out of the overly focus on money and knowledge, okay? Like you're probably like rich and smart. You'll know what applies. Four, black tourmaline. Protection from negative forces. So keep in mind there could be either like actual people who are kind of attacking you, which is pretty obvious, you'll be able to know, or it's like psychic attacks where people literally are just sending you bad energy, which can manifest in a number of ways. Something I'm feeling called to share with you is that like if something breaks around you, anything, sometimes it really is taking an energetic hit for you. Also, trust that you're protected. Trust in your guides and your angels and your spirit team. You can always call on them. You can call on the holy archangels to protect you. Just ask. All you have to do is ask. But there's a need for protection, your energy specifically right now. Wow, yeah, because of the Tower. So you're going through like some type of really, I'm hearing painful transformation in your life right now, which is leaving your energy vulnerable. This is going to lead to like a higher version of yourself, energetically speaking, like higher energy, higher frequency, okay? But it is difficult and painful, and your energy is low, so, you know, take care of yourself. Take care of your physical body. Yeah, so you don't get sick or anything. Because if you are experiencing any type of energetic or psychic attacks, and I know it sounds really like grandiose, it's more about just if someone is like thinking negatively or talking negatively about you, they're sending bad vibes your way. I mean, it could be anything. It could be someone actually practicing witchcraft, but basically like a psychic attack can be like as simple as someone saying something bad about you. like with a lot of feeling behind it, okay? I just want you to understand that too, so you don't get too freaked out. And the Tower, whatever kind of pain and loss you're experiencing, is always for your highest good. It's always like shifting, it's getting rid of faulty foundations in your life. Anything you thought was stable and working for you that's not, it's just clearing it out. And loss is always really painful. So Page of Pentacles, so you can have a healed inner child. You're healing your inner child successfully with the Pentacle. And yeah, crushing a lot of old ideas, which are allowing you to heal. You were living in like a really painful experience of life and relationships, and the way people viewed you, or the way you thought that they viewed you. But it was all in your head, actually. And I don't mean to say that in like a judgy or a mean or like a overly negative way either. It was like literally what you were telling yourself, but it wasn't the truth because of like your conditioning, your childhood conditioning, picking up on other people's energy who were in pain, in toxic energy, like it wasn't yours. You kind of feel like a sponge. You feel like you pick up energies of others. Like you might be an empath. I'm feeling strong empath energy. And because you're going through such a deep transformation that's going to heal your inner child right now, you just got to really protect your physical body and your energy. Three of Pentacles reversed. So there's a big change in your work. I'm hearing the way people view you. Actually, and also just what you're thinking. But just think about it like this. With this healed inner child, getting rid of these self-defeating ideas that you had. However this works out in the end, you're coming from a healed place of knowing who you are. Of knowing your capabilities, self-confidence, you know, because your inner child is just playful and pure. It's like you know who you are without all the shit that was piled on top of you. Like you're finally like coming out of the shit. You're like throwing the shit back to the people who sent it to you or you picked it up from, you know, you're like, I'm done with the shit. So if you lose a job or, you know, I don't know, a company you had a contract with that has a certain way of looking at you or, you know, whatever, in the end, you will have healed. So whatever this is like Three of Pentacles is like coming together with people and working on a project. It could be a workplace, it could be your family, but I'm feeling strong work vibes. And like everyone's a little confused about you, right? Like who you are and I'm hearing your work ethic. But really this is all about you right now. Just don't worry about this, you know. There's some kind of transformation in your work, but in the end, you're going to be coming from a healed place. So however this ends up working out in the end, whether you have to like lose it or just give up on how they see you or come back and be different, like it's going to be good. It has to be good because you'll have healed your inner child. Okay, so just don't focus on this too much. I feel like maybe you're kind of a workaholic type, or, you know, you kind of like worry too much about like how you're seen in terms of like your professional life. It's like, with this being reversed, like, don't focus on that right now. It's just not time to focus on it. It's time to focus on this. This is really big and great. It's really good, no matter how much it hurts. Guide. Yeah. Represents the nature of the divine in life and in yourself. You are connecting with your guides, your angels, your spirit team, your ancestors. It's like you're finally feeling the connectedness of it all. You're not feeling as alone anymore. You're feeling looked out for and protected. And also this is a call to reach out. Like I was saying at the beginning of your reading. Also you're feeling like your inner creator, your inner God self, your co-creator. And I think you're starting to work better with the universe. Like the universe has been trying to get your attention for a long time, I feel like. Like sending you lots of signs over and over and you've been ignoring them. Sorry, that sounded judgy, but I feel like I was kind of just speaking for the universe there. Like not like obviously the universe doesn't judge you, but the universe was like over and over, like, come on, get the message, get the message, get the message. And you just weren't getting it. So unfortunately, like the universe had to step in and like with a tower moment. But it's good. It's really good. So a lot more respect, I think, for the universe, seeing it more, appreciating and embracing God in yourself, and then seeing it outside of you and how it works with you and learning to work with it better. So blessing in disguise. Okay. And obviously you're protected. Your guides. Okay, so you've got Taurus in the 1st house and the 12th house. Wow, that's an interesting combination, my friend. You are going through a deep personal and collective transformation in terms of the energy of your life. Literally everything, your career, your home, your relationships, your friendships, your family. Because you're finally addressing your subconscious programming that was pushing you to take this job or say this or date this person or be friends with this person, act in this certain way, dress in this certain way with the 12th house. You're not only letting it all come up to the surface to heal it, but you're seeking oneness with all there is. You're really stepping in your co-creator, which is why your healing is accelerated right now. Like, it's really accelerated because you're finally like, okay, universe, I'm listening. And the 1st house is all about yourself. So it's like the 12th house is like what's hidden, secrets, the subconscious, the collective. And then the 1st house is about you. So Taurus is a sign, it's an earth sign of like the home and relationships and the pleasures of life. I'm also seeing your beliefs here. We were talking about that. Your beliefs about yourself are changing because you're sending all the shit back and you're embracing your healed inner child. But yeah, it's like you're healing yourself. You're seeing how you are a healer. Yeah, you're a healer and an empath. I can say that confidently now. And the way you project yourself in a true, authentic way. It's like you're finally like, I want to be authentic. I want to be true. So you're transforming your beliefs about yourself and about society with the 12th house. Interesting. I always have an interesting take on the 12th house. By the way, my Lilith is in Scorpio on my ascendant. My Mars is in Scorpio and my Sun is on the cusp of Scorpio. And 12th house is very much associated with Scorpio. So I have like a lot of insight into the subject. Sorry, I am going to toot my own horn when it deserves to be tooted. So, anyway. Wow. You're going through so much like deep transformation of self, and your your conscious and your subconscious mind right now to actually heal your inner child. And then like the outside world, the material world, the pentacles, the job, the status, it all follows that. Like you can recover whatever you need to recover. And if something can't be recovered, then it's not meant to be. It's a beautiful way of life. And I think you're finally like starting to see like the grand plan. Wow. It's so cool. Good for you, pile 4. Good for you. Love it. 5. Turquoise. So it's so funny. I read all different explanations about turquoise. So turquoise, here I'll just go with what's being channeled here. Turquoise is associated with Sagittarius, so it's like higher learning, positivity. I also see turquoise as like a Native American symbolism of like the shaman, of the healer, of the connection to nature. Turquoise is also associated with communication, with the throat chakra because it's blue, but it's also kind of a greenish blue, so it's also connected with the heart. So it's like I'm feeling like a plethora of different kinds of energies for your reading that I can't quite get a grasp on, which feels kind of like your personality, which is really cool, and I already like you. So let's see what's up with you. Okay, heavy energies, just a warning, but it's, heaviness can lead to like deep transformation and lessons, so don't like be turned off by it, and don't change it. Don't turn this off, trust me. Okay, 6 of Wands reversed. I'm going to look at all of them first. 3 of Swords. The Empress. Yeah, that feels really positive. So we've got like 2 really negative cards and then a really positive card. Whatever your loss of status is, like whether it's like you got fired or like your family and friends are looking down on you, it feels like a community of people who have negative judgments of you that you had to lose, okay? It was like a loss to your heart. You really deeply cared about them. But it feels like for them, they didn't care about you as much as you did. Like, it feels like they weren't even really capable. Like I said, whether this is a job or could be like a group. I'm feeling a group of friends, actually. Like your friend circle who you identified. Like your identity was entwined with this group of people. So this is painful. This is a really painful loss. 3 of Swords. But look, Empress, this is the queen of all queens. Like, you have this, I'm hearing divine feminine power about you. Because the queen of all queens is the queen of cups, the queen of wands, the queen of swords. This is cups, swords, wands, pentacles, and pentacles. So it's a grounded queen who's like, looks good, feels good, has the money she needs, confident, relaxed, a good mother. And then there's the Queen of Cups, who's like nurturing, emotionally nurturing, understands, communicates their feelings well, helps people heal, heals themselves, specifically in the realm of the heart, okay? Which is a good message for you. Like, this is all about you healing your own heart right now, okay? And leaving these people behind. They needed to be left behind. Queen of Wands is like very powerful and fiery and passionate and artistic, and can tap into that like subconscious powerful self and like really get to the heart of the matter. Like, why am I doing what I'm doing? Why are they doing what they're doing? What is the collective energy of this business? What's the collective energy of this room, of this restaurant? Like psychic as shit. And then we've got, I forgot what again. Queen of Swords, intelligent, can see through other people's bullshit, can see through their own bullshit, communicates effectively to where people understand, like knows how to communicate with somebody in their language. Intimidating, but in a good way. Yeah, I mean, you embody all of that, okay? So like whatever you are losing, it's good to lose. Don't worry about how you're being looked at, because the lens they're seeing you through is foggy. And with time, you will heal your heart. Because you are a healer. You're the Queen of Cups. That's part of the Empress. The Empress is literally all of the queens of the Tarot in one card. That's how powerful you are. I think you might actually be a divine feminine. So just focus on healing yourself right now. Don't focus on starting any new relationships. If it's about a job, I mean, obviously you need to make money. But try not to get too emotionally invested in it. Just focus on healing yourself right now. Like, don't jump into like new connections. Grieve properly first. Okay. Yeah, because we've got the healer card. It is the shadow attribute, but I still feel like you're a healer, and I hadn't seen this yet. Obviously, if you're Queen of Cups, you are. But yeah, heal your own heart. Taking advantage of those who need help, failing to care. Okay, whoever this group of people is, they took advantage of you in one way or another, okay? I'm sorry to tell you that, but it will help you because clarity brings closure. It's one of the things that brings closure. That's what you're here for, right? Clarity. Then failing to care for oneself. You give so much to others that you don't give enough to yourself. So this is a lesson, sorry. This is a lesson about you learning to give more energy back to yourself. And by the way, I don't feel like this is my pile. I'm actually not 100% sure which one is my pile yet. I always have a pile. I'm giving away my secrets. Sorry. But I identify with your story 100%. So, yeah, I'm definitely finally getting in that energy of giving more to myself than I do others. But I'm also very lonely. Which is weird because if you wouldn't even guess because I'm super positive. I really am. And you know, I go out in the world and a lot of people come up and chit chat with me and a lot of people try to talk to me and all that shit. But it's like, I can't invest my heart in others, no matter who they are, whether they're my family or someone like I love, if they're not going to give me back what I deserve. And that's part of your lesson, and I know I needed to tell you that. It was really cool. I had to kind of explain my divorce to another pile, but it really, like, I knew they needed to hear it too. So it's really cool how my energy connects to all these different piles, even if it's not my pile. Yeah. Okay, and then we have, I'm also getting a message of like there is some kind of guide or angel that's helping you heal and connect with God and source energy right now, like helping you heal. Okay, so you're not alone in healing. With that image, that's what I was getting. Okay, then we have Saturn in the 9th house. Yeah, you're maturing. You're emotionally maturing. Not saying you're not already emotionally mature or anything. Obviously, you're the queen of all queens. But you're emotionally maturing to a point where you give enough to yourself. You give more to yourself. You're emotionally maturing into more self-love, which you need. Yeah. The maturity. Yeah. The maturity, what is to be shared in the 9th house. Sharing the healing energy and the love energy, the powerful divine feminine energy you have with yourself. And also, like, you're going to gain, I can already tell this message is being channeled for you. You're going to gain such a sense of self-confidence by seeing what you do for yourself. Like, you don't give credit to anybody else or anything else except yourself. And that's going to be so empowering. Yeah. So I know this hurts and feel it. You know, you always got to feel the pain. But take care of yourself through it the way you would take care of these people. The way you take care of anyone you love. Think of yourself as that person. Alrighty. 6. Obsidian. Obsidian, I feel like it's even deeper than black tourmaline in terms of like the way it protects you. Like I'm channeling an image of like this like hand, like going in and grabbing the root chakra, like firmly rooting it. Like a big, strong man hand. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean by that, right? Like just something like very like physically strong, like has like the pull, the energy, the physical strength necessary to like keep you grounded. So even deeper transformation than the tourmaline pile is what I'm sensing. Let's find out. Queen of Swords reversed. 7 of Cups reversed. Oh, okay. I'm going to read them all. I'm going to look at them all and then we're going to talk. And 6 of Swords. Martyr. And Aries in the 10th house. Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm laughing because this is my pile. I was like, I'm not noticing any of these piles are for me, and I always set that intention. This one is mine, so. Hello, friend. We're both going through the same full moon and eclipse energies. So, there's a transformation from okay, I'm trying to like put this, okay. Queen of Swords reversed is cold and can be mean and vengeful, biting with her words. Knows exactly where to hit him where it's going to hurt, right? So there's a transformation like from that in any way. Even if it's just like, you know, passive aggressive conversation or like publicly judging like on your Twitter or something, like, you know, it could be anything. It could manifest in a small or a big way. But there's a transformation I'm seeing like from this to martyr. Learning the transcendent nature of service to oneself or a cause. Seeing the bigger picture, wanting the greater good. Instead of seeing like truth as the ultimate good, it's seeing it more as only as necessary. There's a transformation with you and with me. Still a dedication to the truth. And beautiful to always be able to see it, you know, or at least most of the time, you know, we can't say always. But boy, some people are tricky and cunning, aren't they? Yeah, but knowing when to sacrifice your own ego for the greater good. Like knowing I don't have to tell this person what I'm thinking or what I think of them or put them in their place or give them back the same energy they're giving me or voice my opinion on this subject because it's going to hurt somebody and I don't want to hurt anybody. Like that's the transformation you're going through. Knowing when to sacrifice yourself like for the greater good. Okay. 7 of Cups. Yeah, I think that you kind of had yourself in a bunch of different emotional entanglements, like kind of obsessing about like relationships from the past. I'm feeling the energy of like relationships from the past trying to resurface, whether they were like friendships or romantic or purely sexual. You know, overthinking about that and then kind of like emotionally investing in the wrong things in the present that were kind of keeping you stuck, if that makes sense, because I know that's going to apply differently for different people, but that is the overall message. Like, coming out of the confusion of the past, all past relationships, the confusing relationships of the present that aren't serving you anymore, or just the dynamic, like if there's any kind of passive aggressive or like power, I'm hearing power struggles that were keeping your emotions all over the place, that were keeping you in a mental fog because like you feel like you have a really big heart on top of like a really like big mind, as we were talking about, like seeing the truth and valuing the truth. You could have a Sagittarius placement. I just want to say that. Also, there's Aries, but so definitely I'm feeling like fiery energy here. But like, so, because you have such a big heart and you remember things, like you have a really good memory for the past. Like some people, you may even run into them and be like, "Oh my God, you remember this?" Like, and they're like, "No, you first grade, remember this?" Like, no, I remember this one girl was like, "I don't even know who you are," and I was like, "You were like my best friend in like second grade. Are you kidding?" Like, so you remember things about the past and the relationships, which is why like you care about it, you know? It's like you care about the interactions that you have with people where you really invest yourself emotionally, but it was keeping you scattered and stuck. And then you were also kind of repeating some toxic emotional cycles in your present life, which was actually stemming like from this over dedication to the truth and mind games. And not like you love mind games, just that like you don't like to feel threatened. You don't like to feel like people are looking down on you or talking down to you or treating you less than you feel like you deserve, but you're also realizing you don't want to perpetuate the cycle anymore and you really do care about others. So that's actually bringing you out of this like stagnancy you've been in. And this is crazy because as I'm channeling this message, I'm literally understanding what I'm going through. This is nuts. I like to be transparent with you guys because you open up to me too, and I appreciate all your comments. So I'd like to open up to you as well. This is also why your life is getting much more calm, smoother waters, peace. Like, everything's been so turbulent because you had your emotions invested in so many people, thinking about the past. You've had a lot of friends and a lot of relationships. Yeah, but now that like you deal with people in a more healthy way, thinking more of the greater good, and not focusing on the past anymore. Also, this eclipse is bringing that to you. Like I'm feeling like final and full closure from the past because I think you're already coming out of it. Well, you clearly are, but it's like the final push, where your energy really just isn't going to resonate with like past energies or past relationships anymore. I feel like a really huge ascension, huge energetic ascension. And I don't know about you, but I'm going to share a little more. In the past few weeks, I've been changing so much, like the way I see things, the way I feel things, my confidence, it's like a whole new experience of life. I mean, I'd love to hear if you want to comment. You don't have to, but I mean, I have been rapidly changing to the point where I'm like, I don't know what's going on, but it's very positive. Except I have been having to face a lot of like dark issues within myself and within my relationships and the past. And I did get like physically ill, which I do believe was like a physical purge. Also, I feel that my energy is tied to another soul who is also going through a dark night of the soul. So there's that, you kind of feel that pull back, push and pull or whatever, when your energies are enmeshed. But yeah. So smoother waters, peace, huge change. If you're going through the kind of change I'm going through, it's so positive. And I feel like you're really going to get your life on track. Like you're going to finally like know where to invest your emotions where like they are deserved and respected and reciprocated is what I'm hearing, because you deserve it. You're going to be living a more like truth and heart-based experience because you were a little overly in your mind, and you're bringing balance back now, which is why peaceful waters. And I'm with the swords, like getting a better grip on your thoughts, knowing how to bring yourself back from something negative, knowing how to bring yourself back from a trigger, to walk yourself through it, talk yourself through it instead of getting defensive. So I'm hearing harmony. So you're more in harmony with whoever you encounter. And for some of you, if you're like me, like if you're having an off day, you know, like you can be kind of bitchy when you go out in like society, like you're driving or you're at the store or whatever. Like I never like over the top unless someone is like really pushing me. But like I feel a change with that too. That could be your Queen of Swords reversed. I like to thoroughly explain because I know some of you aren't familiar with the cards and it's also fun to go through them. So Aries in the 10th house, Aries, willpower. You're embracing like a very like strong like ego in a good way without like coming off as like domineering or over aggressive. You know, or kind of like evil or demonic or whatever, because you can like see through people and you can like really hurt them. You know, I'm also feeling like Scorpion energy. Like you might have like, you can like see people's deepest, darkest fears and you know what I mean? Like you can just see, you can see their subconscious. So you're not coming from that place though anymore. Like you're coming from a place of like, I know who I am. I know I care about others. I know I want all of this to flow in harmony. I want to keep, you're like, I want to keep this inner place I found, this 6 of Swords, because this is nice. This is a nice change. And coming out of all this confusion and stagnant energy and exhaustion, like I think you've been like really physically exhausted and you're finally coming out of that. And that's why I'm feeling the fire energy with your pile and the Aries. Aries is so fiery. You're feeling it, your willpower. You're standing strong in your ego without being overly domineering or aggressive. Okay, and then your destiny. So now you're like, you're ready for where you're going. You're ready for your career. For a lot of you, you're going to be changing your career, or you already are, or you're going to be figuring out what you want to do next. That's more true to who you are. For some of you, you're not feeling like intellectually stimulated by your career. That's what I'm feeling with the Queen of Swords, which is why you want something different. But yeah, your destiny. I mean, you finally, it's like you have the willpower to pursue your destiny. You can take that active mind that you have and finally, like, I'm channeling one sword pointed at, like, one destination, like, this is where I'm going, with, like, your heart backing it up. And then you're unstoppable. I mean, I feel like you're coming into, like, an unstoppable energy because you're in the flow of the energy of the universe. And the universe is like, all right, cool, I got your back now. Like, the universe used to be like, all right, that's a little much, like, that's a little over the top, like, it's a little too ego-based. And now the universe is like, all right, you're getting like balanced here. All right, now what do you want? What do you want to do? Let's do this. Cool. That's beautiful. All right, guys. So happy full moon. Happy eclipse. I don't know what else to say. Like the video if you did. If you didn't like it, leave me a comment. Tell me why. I'd love to know. Let me know what videos you want next and subscribe if you want to see more.